You think you can tag me, boy? I'm sorry. Aggron is so stupid. Yo, what is up, Crockxen clan members and others who stump on this video? I'm SoresanCrockxen, and I'm kind of late with this video. I was tagged a long time ago, actually the end of December, by Aggron, and I never made the video because I was lazy and I was still trying to get some stuff ready for the channel, and then a lot of stuff happened in between, so I never made it. And the funny thing is that after Aggron tagged me and I started planning this all out, Joey tagged me, even though he was never tagged, so I don't know why the hell he made the video. But I am here to do this late, about a month and a couple days late, but I am here to do this. So let's get started. Okay, so the first question is, what does your name mean? Or what does my username mean? My YouTube, I'm assuming it's my YouTube channel name. SoresanCrockxen, two words. So that is actually a name I came up with back when I was like 11 or 12. I don't remember exactly right now at the top of my head exactly when I came up with it. It was one of those 2 years. I was a big fan of Naruto. I was way too big of a fan of Naruto, to the point where I actually made my own original characters. The only time I've ever made, well, the only time I've actually fully fleshed out an original character for a show. And since then, I've obviously started to come up with my own original ideas. But I made a character for the Naruto verse, and his name was, well, he had a different name. I don't remember what his first name was anymore, but I came up with Crockxen first. He had his last name correctly since the beginning. I don't remember what his first name was back then because I just see him as Soresan now. But I think when I was in high school, so I was 14 by then, I came up with the Soresan name itself, and then the even better fleshed out. There was like 3 or 4 iterations of Soresan before the final version, which is the one that I now picture in my head. Now, I do know that this person and this character will never exist because Naruto is technically over. Now we're in the Boruto saga, and I really don't care for it. So it's gonna be a character that's gonna be living in my dreams. So, but he is my favorite character I've ever created, and I figured that if I wanted to have a persona online, I would most likely lean towards my favorite of all the characters I've ever made in my life. Under, original characters for shows or actual original characters I've made, I feel like Soresan is like the one I aspired to be, or I wish I could be. So that's why I decided to use his name to symbolize me online. So if you look at me on Twitter, that's going to be my name. That's my YouTube name, my Discord name. Literally anything that has to do with being online, I always use his name to be my username or my tag or whatever. On the Switch, that's my tag. When I used to have my Xbox, that was my gamer tag. On the Wii U, that was my tag. My 3DS, that's anything I do that involves like some sort of other personality, I always go with that name because that's the one I look more towards. Next up is my favorite merchandising I got in the year, and this is obviously for 2017. And I don't know if it's supposed to be Pokemon related, but I didn't have too much Pokemon merchandise. But I did buy this Team Zero shirt, which is for Smash Brothers. I'm a big Smash Brothers fan, and I really like one of the players who's now retired, which is very, very depressing, very sad for me. But there was this big tournament. It was a big rivalry that was happening, and you had to pick a team. So it was 2 sides. So it was Team Zero, Team Ally. I'm a big fan of Zero. I bought his shirt, and I went to EVO with it, and here's a picture of me at EVO and meeting him because he is the greatest person I've ever met in my life. So I think if it counts, then that would be my favorite merchandise I've ever bought, and I can't wait to buy even more stuff if he ever comes out of retirement. Favorite video I made all year / making this year. So the first, which would be the video I made last year, is my top 10 anime of 2017. I did so much for that video. This is my first time going like full ham, editing wise, and research wise, and script writing wise. It was ridiculous. It was crazy. It took me like 8 or 9 hours to make the video, on top of the like 3-4 hours it took me to make the script, and then the hour and a half of finding all the stuff that I needed for it. So it was a long work. Like, it was a long thing. Like, it was a long day. The day I made the video was probably one of the longest days of my entire life, just because I was just right there working on it for hours and hours and hours, trying to make sure it looked good, trying to make sure the pictures worked correctly. And I to this day, I think it's my proudest video I've ever made, which is crazy because I've made some crazy videos in the past, including that I still cringe a little bit every time I look at it again. My skit with my brother, that, oh my gosh, that was awful. Like, looking at it back now, it was pretty bad. But like, considering the technology and how much experience I had back then, I still think it was a pretty well done video. And there's a couple other videos here and there that I've made that I've been very proud of. But I feel like this one in particular is probably my best one ever. And I was very, very happy to do it. In terms of 2018, so there's a couple things I want to get better at these editing phase videos, even if it takes me hours and hours to make. I want to get better at it. There's going to be top 10s in the future. But if I were to say what I'm looking forward to the most is actually a project that I'm working on, which is I'm going to make an anime, right? I've talked about it in the past of what my idea is, or like that I am planning on doing this. So what I would say for my video would be probably when I finally am able to announce everything, where, the show off the concept art, as well as a little bit talk about the script, do like an interview with the team, before I make like a GoFundMe or whatever the hell I decide to do. But that's honestly, think right now what I'm looking forward to the most. Not in terms of how great the video is gonna be, because it's probably gonna be a generic type of video, but because of what it implies. It means that I'm finally moving forward with a dream that I've had for years. For my best Pokemon memory, now I don't have the game with me right now because it's in Puerto Rico, but I will show like a clip right here of the video I made that showcases it. Back in Pokemon Ruby, I found a Zubat. I believe it was Origin Cave. Do not quote me on that because I actually do not remember exactly what cave it was. But all I know is I found a Zubat in a cave and it was shiny, and I loved it because it was my first time finding a shiny. Like, obviously the red Gyarados is a thing, but this is the first time I ran into a wild shiny. And not only that, this is where it gets weird, right? I thought my game was glitched. I was freaking out. I didn't know what to do. I was scared, but I caught it anyways. And then I evolved it to a Crobat, and it got to level 100 because Ruby is my favorite game of all time, aside from Emerald probably. And I love that generation, so I played it to death, and I leveled up this tiny little Zubat all the way to a Crobat and made it one of the staples of my team. It was naughty natured, but back then I didn't know about EVs, so the moveset is also trash. Do not tell me anything. But I think I have it in ORAS right now, which means if I do, I'm probably going to try to EV train it, even though its IVs are probably ass. But point stands is the shiny Crobat is the first shiny I've ever found, and it's probably besides my Mega Mawa, but that one was traded, so it doesn't really count. I think it's the only shiny I've found in my lifetime, just randomly. Not looking for it, not breeding for it, nothing. I can't say there's anything that's been able to top that since then. What advice would I give to somebody starting off on YouTube? Right now, don't expect to make any money. With the new ad policies or the new partnership program policies that they're putting out, if you don't have 1,000 subs plus 4,000 hours of watch time, yeah, you're not gonna be a part of the program. So don't expect to get paid. I honestly at this point don't even recommend doing YouTube unless you've been on here for a decent amount. I'd recommend going for Twitch since they're a little bit more lenient right now, and they're starting a service soon where you can upload videos. And I think that's going to be like the future for a lot of the smaller creators. But if you really want to stick it out like I am, just have fun with it. Like when you start off, have fun with it. Don't experiment. I think the best thing you should do is experiment. I had something going for me, and then I let it die because I'm an idiot. But it's coming back kind of, sort of, when the anime comes back. I was one of the pioneers of the X and Y anime review saga. I guess it's not really the X and Y saga, but it was the one of the pioneers of the reviewers of the anime. I was one of the first ones to do it, mainly in the dub version. And I had a good thing going because I was not only in-depth analysis, but I was also controversial because I was anti X and Y, whereas a lot of the other anime review PokeTubers were all like, "Yeah, this is the best thing ever." So I pride myself on being the anti-establishment in a way, because I mean those were my actual feelings. I didn't do it for being anti everything. It's just that's the way I was, and I had a thing going for me, and then I stopped, and it was just. I need to get back into the groove of things. But for right now, I feel like the thing you should do when you start off is experiment to see what you're good at, what you like, and then try to see how you can garner an audience that way. Try different styles of videos, look at what other people are doing and how they handle themselves. And, you know, don't necessarily copy off of people, but I do think it's a good thing to be inspired by other creators. I mean, I do that all the time. Most of my content for like recently has been inspired by other people. I used to do an anime review show on the channel that was in the vein of the completionist, but you know, obviously he does video games, but I liked his style, and I was like, you know what, I could probably do something similar to that. I split it up. I had a way to do it, but it was inspired by his art style and his way of conveying videos. So it's one of those things where like don't straight copy off of somebody, but I do recommend getting inspiration from other top creators to maybe start off in a way. Don't, like I said, do not copy, because then you're gonna get hit hard by, you're just copying so style. If you don't have anything original, then you might get a following, but it's not gonna be the following you want in a way. What can my viewers expect from me this year? Well, for starters, a lot more Pokemon. A lot more Pokemon. I have 4 Let's Plays. One of them is kind of stuck. I've been trying to record with my compatriot, and we have not been able to do anything with it, which is kind of annoying because we set a date and then things happen and we can't do it that day, and then we try that night. It's been a mess. But in all intents and purposes, there's going to be 4 Let's Plays on the channel. 4 completely different games. 2 of them are fan made, and then the other 2 are like, one of them is really, really fucking old, and the other one's more recent. It's part of what I think are the best games in the series. So that one's coming back. The other ones are kind of new. So a lot of that. More top 10s. I'm bringing back the Viewer Friday sometime later in the year, because I did like those when I got submissions for doing them. So that is coming back. I'm also doing the reviews for Sun and Moon, the dub when season 2 starts, whenever that is. So there's going to be a lot of that. But the main thing for the channel in terms of like big projects is the anime. When I finally have everything set up, I have all the episodes written down, we have the animator, we have the music person, and we have the voice actors. We have everything set up. That anime is going to be on the channel hopefully either by the end of this year or the beginning of 2019. That's the goal right now. As of today, or as of like when we started doing the writing, which was like last week, is to have this show be an actual thing on the channel end of this year, beginning of next year. That is the goal. So for right now, there's obviously going to be updates over time for this anime. But it's going to be great. I think it's going to be one of the greatest things I've ever created in my life. And I can't wait to show it to you guys. Small channel, I think my viewers would like. So I don't know if this consists of people that are smaller than me, which is not that much. I mean, there's obviously probably a lot, but I don't watch them. So I'm just going to go for the route of small channels in terms of the big creators, but bigger than me. So my favorite content creator is the Insane Game Freak. He has 3 channels, one for gaming, one for anime, one's for just general discussion and vlogging and stuff like that. So it's Insane Game Freak, Schizomanic, and Turtle Game Vlogs. He is fantastic. A lot of my inspiration comes from his channel too. I'm going to say that right now. I love his videos. I love the way he portrays himself. And he's generally goofy. He's also very thought-provoking, which is great. We don't always agree on everything, but that's fine because that's the way it's supposed to be. You're not supposed to agree on everything. But I feel like he is the best content creator targeted towards myself. If we're going by some other channels, well, obviously you can watch Joey, Aggron, Zach. I don't even know if Aggron's smaller than me at this point because I haven't uploaded. I haven't been big in a while. I haven't been on an increase in viewership in quite a while, so I don't know. But obviously, the person who tagged me, I think he's great. He does a lot of Pokemon League stuff and like Let's Plays with other people. So yeah. Other than that, I guess the first gamer. He's one of my subs. He's been doing a lot of Smash content recently, so you could also, if you like Smash, you can watch him. I think he's planning on doing Fire Emblem Heroes too, but I'm not sure. You can watch him. I haven't seen any recent videos, but I did watch a couple of them back in the day, and I thought what he was doing was great. I actually thought I would be doing something similar to what he was doing, but then I just gave up on it because I don't really play Smash Online that much anymore. I mainly just train and practice, and then I'm going to go to EVO again this year, so that's a thing. Now, it's telling me to tag 3 people, right? But the thing is, this is for last year, so I don't even think it's worth tagging anybody. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to just end the chain here, okay? I can't tag anybody for a video series that's supposed to be for 2017. Maybe we could do this again for 2018, and I'll be more prepared. And we can do this again, and then I can actually have people to tag, because I do have an idea of who I would tag anyways, but because of how late this video is, I don't think it's even worth going the distance of tagging anybody. So there you go, Aggron. Hope you're happy. Okay, I did this for you, so shut up now. Okay, it's out. Enjoy it. Joey, I guess this also counts for you, even though I was gonna do this for Aggron anyways, because he actually tagged me first, and you were never tagged to do this in the first place. You bitch. At least not that I know of. So that's going to be it. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. And I look forward to 2018 with you guys.